This is Marcia. I guess Marcia and I have been friends for a long time. We went on a year ago. We went on a water fast, and I would say around 2 weeks ago, me and Marcia were supposed to go to New York City, and she didn't call me.
I bailed out on you.
She bailed out on me. I said, "Oh my gosh,
highly unusual.
What's going on with Marcia?" So I didn't get freaked out, but I said, "Oh, she kind of bailed out on me." So I gave her a call, and she said, "I got Lyme disease. I'm really sick." And I says, "Whatever you do, give me 10 days." I said, "Don't go to doctors." I think she did go to doctors too. I'm not quite sure.
Did to get diagnosed?
Yeah, and I said, "Give me 10 days." And the reason why I said, "Give me 10 days," is because that previous night, I went to a lecture by Rose Gallo, and she talked about eating all fruit, and for the most part, 95% of the disease will go away simply by eating all fruit. And then it clicked on me about maybe about 4 years before that. I went on a 10-day watermelon fast. And the watermelon fast, what that does, when you're just giving strictly watermelon, and the body, in infinite wisdom, not spend any energy on digestion, will go to any area the body needs attention and start to heal it. In my mind, fruit is the key. Which means you're getting high water content fruit, no fat, no nuts, plenty of rest. And I told her, give me 10 days, we'll give the body the proper healing conditions to heal herself. Anyway, here's Marcia. And then maybe talk about what she had. First day, actually, we filmed her the fourth day. She didn't want to be filmed the first because she was so out of it. And the second day, she didn't want to be filmed because she was so out of it. She didn't.
About the fourth day, I conceded and I was filmed. So you can obviously take a look at that. And I'm
Tell me about your symptoms. What happened?
Okay, so one of the first symptoms that I got, which I never really get sick because I basically do adhere to a raw foods diet, and that's what I attribute my good health to. But one of the first symptoms that I got was a high fever, and it was just totally out of character for me, and obviously had my attention because, again, I don't get sick. Then the next thing that happened was I started sweating very, very badly, and that's another thing that's very uncommon to what I'm used to as far as symptoms go. And those two things just weren't adding up in my head, and I do have friends who are MDs. I do have friends who are more involved with integrative medicine, and of course I know Arnold too.
Right.
And I ended up talking to all three, and pretty much ended up going the route of doing the watermelon fast.
Well, your first choice wasn't watermelon though.
No,
you didn't really. Your first choice was she went to the doctors to see. She had to find out exactly what it was.
Right, right. And the bull's eye rash is an indicative sign of Lyme's disease, and it basically looks. I looked like a walking ad for Target. It basically just looks like a bull's eye, and that did eventually show up on the back of my leg. So there was no denying the fact that it was.
And generally, Lyme disease could last years. And and symptoms are very hard to get rid of because it stays with you in your system. I told Marcia, give me 10 days. I mean, I put myself on a limb, and I said, listen, not give myself 10 days, give herself 10 days to really get the proper healing conditions.
And Arnold has been kind enough to do this fast right along with me.
Not really, I cheated.
Okay, but he cheated, and he can make his confession if he'd like.
Yeah.
But I was also listening to my body. I'm also a massage therapist, so I'm very in tune to listening to what goes on internally with me. And in the beginning, what my body was really.
Why don't you tell what you did?
As far as food goes.
Yeah, this is what you did.
In the beginning, I was really craving citrus fruits, so that's what I was pretty much living on for 3 or 4 days, was just citrus fruits. And then after I talked to Arnold, after he went to that presentation with Rose Gallo, what came to him was watermelon, to just basically stick to melons, cucumbers, anything in the melon family for 10 days. And I will tell you around citrus juice. I'll tell you around the 7th day, my body started really craving fat. So I'm hoping you brought avocados with you tonight. Yeah. I am hoping.
I gave up the 7 days. Oh my gosh, my body craves fat.
Yes.
It's tough to start apart. It's 10 days. It sounds easy, but it's high water fruit content, no fat. Fat blocks the absorption of sugar. So what you're doing is when you have a high water, that's 98% water. And that means the body, not worried about the digestion process, will go to any healing that needs to be healed and start to heal it. So why don't you tell some of the things that happened?
Well, some of the great things that happened were the fact that I have this much energy now, and most people with Lyme's disease sleep for like hours during the day.
For months.
And I might be sleeping an additional 2 or 3 hours per night, getting 8 or 9 hours of sleep per night, but I'm not sleeping during the day. I have energy to exercise, I have energy to do my massages, and the best thing is I'm not feeling anything in my joints, which is a very classic symptom of Lyme's disease. Very achy joints, and I don't have anything like that to report.
The only thing I'm not sure about, whether this is doormat or we'll come back to you. My gut reaction is that parasites cannot live in an environment that there's no environment. It feeds off fermented food, it feeds off purification, it feeds off fermentation, which is a typical American diet.
Yes.
So we're here in this, we're showing how to treat Lyme disease to the world. In 10 days, we've got to be serious, all fruit, no fat, plenty of sleep.
Lyme's disease is more common than what everybody thinks.
Very more common.
It's
because of a weakened immune system. That's the key.
It will weaken the immune system, and it's passed on by ticks. And any place that has deer has ticks, and also some reported cases, mice carry Lyme's disease, also mosquitoes do, and small chipmunks. So it really doesn't matter where you pick up a tick. The fact of the matter is that we're all kind of prone to picking up ticks.
Why don't you just give one more recap of what you did for 10 days?
What I did for 10 days as far as the diet goes?
For diet and rest.
As far as the diet goes, I ate a lot of watermelon in the beginning.
300 million people now.
I ate a lot of watermelon for probably the first 5 days. That's all I ate. Then all of a sudden, I reached a saturation point with watermelon, and I started adding other melons like cucumber, and I was trying to try to stay in the low glycemic index of fruits. So I also did a lot of oranges, I did apples, I was adding lemon to my water, some orange juice, which is higher on the glycemic index. But
I would
again,
also add celery next time. Celery for the kidneys.
I did some,
for a celery juice,
Yeah, I did some. When I was getting really bored, what I was doing was mixing a couple of different kinds of things together to make my own blended juice. So cucumbers, apples, celery, and I really didn't start doing any bananas until about 3 days ago.
She's on a raw food diet, which makes her body not get any food, major adjustments. If you have a standard American diet, I would transition maybe a month, maybe a month and a half, by adding more fruit to your diet and cutting out the meat, the chicken, the fish, the dairy, eggs. Within 5-6 weeks, you should be 80% raw. Just add rather than subtract. Fruit in the morning, plenty of sleep. I can't overemphasize 8, 9, 10 hours of sleep, plenty of rest. Do not try to be in the most peaceful environment possible, and also love yourself.
And one thing that I want to add that one of the medical doctors said to me, he's more of an integrative medical doctor, was he felt that my symptoms displayed as quickly as they did because of the raw foods environment, because of the type of diet that I have. He felt as though that the virus, or it's not actually, I don't know if it's considered a virus, but we know that it's definitely a parasite, that the parasite actually had no place to hide, so therefore it displayed very quickly in the way of the rash, in the way of the high fever, in the profuse sweating. So I was very, very fortunate to figure this out very early. Some people live their life with Lyme's disease and go down a path where they're sent to psychologists and then to psychiatrists because they can't really pinpoint what's the matter with somebody.
And they can't get rid of it either.
And well, you see plenty of people
like that,
who have chronic Lyme's disease. I wouldn't consider my case chronic. I think it was caught early enough. I think I am already feeling, I'd say 80-fold better than I did 10 days ago, and I really have Arnold to thank for this.
And one more thing, next week we're doing Candida. The same treatment. I have a girl right now who has really bad Candida for years, Epstein-Barr, whole slew of problems. Hopefully I can call her today. Her name is Shakaya. We'll be giving her a call today, and she can start 10 days, and next week we'll be filming her, I think.
And I would say, if you are going to go on one of these fasts, to definitely do it under the advisement of somebody such as Arnold, or somebody who knows something about what they're doing. It's very difficult to detoxify a body, again, if you're eating the typical standard American diet with meat, dairy. It's too drastic to do that and then drop off.
You have to go at least 1 or 2 months
Yeah.
to transition.
You have to take it in steps.
Right. Okay, that's it.